like hoping my energy is not too over the top, but like we're here for this. At least I am. So if you are watching the replay, or, you know, watching this later or whatever, just hang tight for a few minutes while I make sure everything's working and all the things. I actually did make this public on YouTube, so if you're watching from YouTube, hello. We are going to be chatting about Reels, if they work, what happened to me, like when I posted one every day, what the like general consensus is, why you need to be using them, all the things. So if you are a person on the Instagrams or who wants to be on the Instagrams, this is for you. So I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to make sure they pop in. My assistant Laura will be in the chat during the whole video, or the whole like the presentation, live, whatever it's called. And so if you see me answering you, it is Laura. And also feel free to type questions at any given moment. If I see it and it's prevalent to what I'm talking about right that second, totally answer it in the moment. If it is something I want to wait until the end to answer, Laura is going to be grabbing all of those for me so that I can have them in a Google Doc or whatever, to make sure I can answer them all at the end, because there will be a Q&A at the very end. So I just want to make sure everybody has a few minutes to like pop in before we get started, but we have a lot to talk about, so we're not going to take too much time. You guys are here for this in the chat. Hello from Utah and Wilkesboro. Hello, girlfriend. England. Oh my goodness. We got one real close to me and one real far away. Atlanta-ish. I hear ya. Florida. South Africa. Oh, hello. Hello from North Carolina. Yes, I talk like Jessica, but everyone from North Carolina certainly does not. Not always, no. Austin, Texas, Nashville, Pennsylvania, Vancouver. Goodness gracious. There was a Germany up in there. Texas. Oh my goodness, all of it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen, and it might take me just a second because I'm going to pop my face back up as well. But it was huge a second ago, and so I like moved it. I'm going to move me down here in the left-hand corner. If I get in the way of any text, I will move myself around, so just stay tuned for that because that should be fun. And I'm drinking not coffee because y'all know I don't like any kind of coffee. So, you know, no coffee there. I'm drinking like a flavored water situation. All right, so let's get started. Oh no, I just moved that and it like moved on the screen. I am so sorry. Let's get started talking about Reels because that is why y'all are here. So few like introductory things. Why are we talking about Reels? Why is that a thing that we're here talking about today? Okay, few reasons, okay? Yes, I am naturally caffeinated. Somebody said I was naturally caffeinated. Absolutely. Few things. Instagram is favoring Reels right now. Let me say that again. Instagram is favoring Reels right now. So, what that means to you as a user of the Instagrams is that anytime a platform is favoring a like type of content or a feature or whatever, it would behoove you to use it because that means it's going to favor the content creators who are using that, okay? We'll talk more about that in a minute, but if you want to grow on Instagram, if you want to get likes and followers and engagement on the platform, Reels are the way you do it right now. It's actually really funny because, I'm going to use a lot of Reels puns today. So here's the thing. It's actually kind of funny because Instagram, like any other platform, if you are one of the earliest people to get on the platform, if you're one of the people who's like, oh my gosh, I'm on it, I'm doing the thing, I'm creating the way that users interact with the platform, then you are going to naturally grow. So if you're an early adopter of Instagram, you're going to grow naturally because there's not that many people on Instagram. If you're an early adopter of Clubhouse, because that's something we've all been talking about, then you're going to grow more, right? So we all know that we're going to grow more if we're an early adopter of a platform as a whole, right? But the really cool part about Reels, is that they are like a second chance at being an early adopter on Instagram. So, 6 months ago, before these came out, the way to grow was post and hashtags. And it could have been really hard for you to do that because, there's so many people to compete against. So this is like a second chance. I actually saw someone ask what Reels were. Yes, they're short form video. They're 30 seconds or less long, and they are similar to TikTok. So if you're familiar with TikTok, that's what they are. I'm going to move my face to over top of my other face. So essentially, thank you guys for answering. Thank you, Laura, for answering. So essentially, I want you to raise your hand in the comments if any of these fit you, okay? 1, your ideal customer is on Instagram. If that's you, be like, yes. If you're trying to grow organically on the platform, you're not here to spend ad money or whatever, okay? 3, you've tried Reels with no success. 4, you don't get the hype. I just saw somebody Reels feel fake to me. I can't bring myself to use them because it feels like I'm selling out. You don't get the hype. Raise your hand. And you want to grow. To the person who just said, and I'm sorry, it flew by so fast I didn't see the name, but to the person who just said, it feels inauthentic to me, it feels gross, and I don't want to use them, let me tell you that if your ideal customer is on Instagram and you want to grow, you're going to have to, at least right now. It could change in 3 months, I'm sure. But right now, you need to. You're not sure what to put on them. Yes, I'm going to talk about that, okay? Yay, all the raising hands. Yes, you're all like, yes. I feel you. So let's click here. My clicker went rogue. Okay. I have never grown organically with Instagram until I started using Reels. That's a bold statement because I've been on Instagram for a very long time. And not to say I've never grown organically. I totally have. I've had posts do well and have hashtags take off for me. But to say that I've really grown organically is completely untrue. I didn't grow organically on Instagram until I started using Reels. Because for me, I grew slowly, but most of my growth was coming from people finding me somewhere else. So they'd find me on YouTube and come over to Instagram. They would find me on a podcast and come over to Instagram. They would, hear about me here and come over to Instagram. So I was growing, but I was growing slowly, and most of it was not even platform growth. It was coming from somewhere else. Anytime someone got on my email list, I would be like, come hang out with me on Instagram. So that's how I was growing. The other things were working, but they were working slowly. And again, I wasn't early enough to be one of those people who's just going to get tons and tons of views on Instagram. And I get that. But I started using Reels, and now I'm growing organically like crazy. I went from, and I'll tell you full on stats of what happened during that 30 days, okay? But I went from maybe gaining 100 new followers on Instagram a month, maybe, and that was pushing it, to I'm growing about 100 new followers on Instagram every few days at this point. Now, that is gross follower, not gross, we're talking accounting terms. That's people who are following, but I might be losing some, So someone said, will they work like YouTube Shorts for growth? Yes. So many platforms right now are favoring short form content because TikTok cornered a market that nobody saw coming, and now they're all trying to rush and make it happen, right? So today you're going to learn, we're going to cover quite a bit. Oh no, we're so zoomed in that it didn't show you all of that. Hold on, I'm gonna fix this. Oh, no, come back. Okay, today we're going to learn what happened when I posted a reel every day, why reels are working so well right now. And again, it has a lot to do with Instagram favoring the content, how to use reels to grow your account. So like how you can actually take what I'm saying to you to grow it, okay? And then best practices. And Laura just commented in the comments, but I'll remind y'all too, any questions that I don't see right now or that I see but aren't totally prevalent with what we're talking about right this second, Laura is putting in a Google Doc and I'm going to make sure I get them answered at the end. We're going to have tons of time for Q&A, okay? So if I was guessing, your wheels are spinning. Your wheels are spinning because you've been posting on Instagram, you're doing what everybody says to do, and you're even doing stories maybe, but you're growing at the rate of a little snail crawling across the ground. I feel ya. It was kind of frustrating to me to have a following on YouTube and, on like whatever other else platforms, I have a decent amount of people who listen to my podcast, and not be able to convert that to Instagram. And so my wheels were constantly like, oh, I want this just move faster. So if you feel like that, I feel like that too. Okay, or I did. So if we're just meeting, which might possibly be the case, hi, I'm Jessica. If not, you know me already, but essentially I am an Instagrammer, a YouTuber, a podcaster, a content creator for the entrepreneurial person. So if you are looking to grow your brand organically, I'm your girl. I am your girl, okay? So I just posted a reel every day for a month. So if you did not see me kind of talking about this on Instagram, you don't follow me on Instagram, you missed it, whatever, I did just post a reel every day for a month in February. So it's 28 days, not 30 because, short month. My account grew. My account grew a lot, more than ever before in a 28-day period. And one of my reels has over 250,000 views. I've been on Instagram for years, and in February, my account grew by more than it's ever grown before. I've been on Instagram for business since 2015, and more than any time before it has grown in 28 days was last month. Now, reels were working for me and growing my account. Tegan, stop commenting yeet. That is that's one of my friend's kids. But my account has never grown this much before. And I had started using reels way before last month, and they were working well for me. My last month experiment was just that, an experiment. I wanted to see what worked so I could share it with you and to really see what it broke down to. Okay. The best part about the growth that I got personally from reels is that will also increase my bottom line because I sell with Instagram. Now I'm going to talk way more about how I sell with Instagram later and how you can too and how you should be, but just know that this isn't vanity metrics for me. I am not a vanity metrics girl. If you have followed me for any amount of time, you know that. I am not a vanity metrics kind of girl. Okay? I am if we're going to grow followers on this platform, it needs to directly correlate to the growth of my bottom line. Okay? So I see y'all's questions. How do we post reels? All of that. We are not going to go over the actual tactical way to post them, but I am going to share a resource with you at the end that will help you. So just hang tight. So this is Cody. Cody was in my Insta Sales School program so I ran it live from Black Friday to last month, and she literally started using Reels and all the things that work on Instagram, and she had her biggest order yet. This is Jamie. Jamie has a smaller account on Instagram and literally sent me this screenshot and was like, what is this? It has 959 plays and it's only been up for 30 minutes. I've never had something work this well on Instagram. Because here's the thing. Reels are great, and I can tell you all day long, like, you should do Reels, you should do Reels, you should do Reels, you should do Reels. But if you don't know what you're doing with them, they're not going to get results, okay? So that's what we're going to talk about today. So what were my results? Someone was just like, how much did it grow? I'm going to tell you. What were your results, okay? Or what were my results, not yours. I was looking at the comments. So again, I posted a reel every day for 28 days. Now, I do have to put a couple of disclaimers. I did only post 26 reels. So I technically only posted a reel 26 of the 28 days on Instagram. But the reason I did that was the other two, I still posted every day. The other 2 days I posted feed posts to see if the reels would also increase my engagement on my feed post. And guess what? It did. Just saying. Okay, so here's kind of like a screenshot or a snapshot, and I'm going to kind of go in depth a little bit on some of these. Out of 28, and I should have said 26, I was putting this together before I finished the month, but out of 26 days, or 26 reels, 23 of those, so all but 3, got over 4,000 views. Now, if I look back now, March 11th, if I look back on February, they all got over 4,000 views. For me, 4,000 is kind of my base mark. Like 4,000 is kind of where I know, like, okay, that's pretty well the standard for me. And this is what I figured out doing this test. Like for my account, 4,000 is kind of like a, well, it did well. It did average, if you will. And if I go above that, that's when I start to say, okay, what was different? What was better? I had 8 of them, and now it's, I think, 9 or 10, get over 10,000 views during the month. 3 of them got over 100,000 views. 1 of them got over 200,000 views. Okay? I don't have a massive account. I have 15 point some odd thousand followers now, and I started February with 14.2. 14.2, so 14,200 followers in February, and I grew to 15,500, I believe, at the end of February. So in the month, I grew over 1,300 followers, right? So I gained, when I look back, so I put together my numbers for the actual case study and all of that, right? I put together all of that a few days ago, because I wanted to give all of the reels I did in February at least a week to kind of see if any of them would peak or whatever, okay? So, and some of them did. I had one take back off, and so I had to like wait a while to kind of see what happened. So I gained over 2,500 new followers. I lost followers, and that's important to tell you because, like, everybody loses followers all the time. I lose hundreds of followers a day on my on my YouTube channel, and I lose hundreds of followers a week or a month on Instagram, and that's okay. So it netted out to around 1,500 to 1,700 new followers. Again, it's very hard to track because I still have reels from February getting me followers on the 11th of March, okay? I also am annoyed with Instagram because they, they're pushing these reels, but they've not given us analytics for them yet. Okay. So my overall reach of everything on my account, my posts, my reels, the amount of people that I reached with my Instagram account just in the month of February. And mind you, I had been posting regularly before that. Like, it's not like I hadn't been posting before this. Over 2,000%. Over 2,000%. My story views doubled. My story views. Y'all, if you follow me on Instagram, you know I'm super active on stories. My story views doubled. That's huge, you know? A couple other stats I'll tell you about that aren't on this slide, because I don't think the next one, that aren't on this slide. I, definitely have a marker of now for my account of like how many views I need to get to convert to a follower, right? which I know for me, followers are going to, I know what that number looks like as far as how that converts to sales. I know those numbers because I'm a nerd and I enjoy things like that, right? I'm seeing a lot of comments fly by, and several of them are about like what time of day, when should I do it, all of that good stuff. I'm going to talk about that in a second. So best practices, all of that's going to come in just a little bit. So I realized what works best for me, for my account, because we're all going to be different, and our ideal customer is going to want different things from our reels. Okay? So every one of my reels did not take off. In fact, only about 15% of the reels I posted actually took off. Like, actually did more than what I would consider doing well on my account. And again, those numbers are very specific to our accounts. If you only have 200 followers, a reel that gets more views than you have followers is probably pretty darn good, you know? So everyone didn't take off, but that's okay, because the ones that did are still driving followers to me 11 days out, and most of those were, a month before. So a reel that I posted a month ago is still driving me followers now. That's key. Okay? So why are they working? Let me move my face again. Why are they working so well right now? Well, I told y'all a minute ago, it's because Instagram is favoring them. I already said that once. Instagram is favoring them. That is key, okay? They're new. They're new, and people are enjoying them. The cool part about Instagram Reels is that the crowd who never really got on TikTok, or the crowd who is finding that maybe their audience isn't on TikTok, is now on IG Reels and is watching Reels. My husband, who is a 34-year-old farming man who only had Instagram, or only has Instagram now after a few months, like he didn't have Instagram before a couple months ago, literally spends probably 20 to 30 minutes watching Reels every single night. And what's cool about that, sorry, my lips are chapped, and they were starting to hurt. What's cool about that is that we know how binge-worthy things like TikTok are. Like you can spend hours just watching funny TikToks. But there's a lot of people who are not on TikTok. A lot of our ideal clients and audiences are not on TikTok. I'll tell you about a TikTok I had go viral during this time too, that just kind of shows the difference. But they're bingeable and they're new, so Instagram is putting them in the feeds. If you go search a hashtag, Reels occupies the first spot. They get top billing because Instagram is like, we want you to see Reels. We want you to have Reels. They're also really easy to use. I know a lot of you have a lot of like technical questions, like how do I do that? Like how do I put it together? And I get that. Like we can't possibly go over that. I actually filmed a how to use Instagram Reels techie kind of module for my Insta Sales School course, which we'll talk about more in a minute. But I actually filmed that today and I went super basic and it still took me 40 minutes. So there's no world where I could tell you all the things I need to tell you in this one chat, okay? But they are easy to use. I swear they're not hard. Once you get the hang of it, I can do, 15 reels if I want to in a couple of hours. And that means filming them, putting the words on them, and getting them ready to post. Like I can totally do that. And you can too. You can do 5 in 30 minutes. I promise. I did two or three reels. I can't remember. 2 or 3 reels the other day in like a, 5-minute time period. I just filmed them. And now they're ready and I can post them later, So the thing with the TikTok behavior is TikTok is so addicting. That's why it's a thing. But the audience on TikTok is very different than the audience on Instagram, or at least the active audience, I shall say. So TikTok, you're getting people on TikTok who are probably in your ideal client base, but they behave differently. So let me tell you about my TikTok virality too. This was actually something I didn't put in this presentation because it didn't happen until after I put this together. So I went, hey Wendy. So I decided that one of my reels that I just posted on Instagram on March 8th, I think it was March 8th, March 7th, 6th, something like that. One of those reels, I was like, you know what, this might do well on TikTok. And occasionally I'll try and cross-post stuff over to TikTok because I think, well, you know, why not? It's really easy to say like, hey, I took this video out of here and I'm doing this. I posted it to TikTok and it went viral. In 24 hours, it got 140,000 views. It grew my follower base on TikTok by 20 some hundred. So if you look at it based on like how many views I got and how many followers that got me on TikTok versus how many views I got on Instagram Reels during the month and how many followers that netted me, it looks like TikTok is the better way to go. Like if you looked at those numbers. And by the way, I have a full case study of the actual, like all my findings for this like experiment. I'll tell you how you can get that at the very end. But essentially, so it looked like on the surface, it looked better, right? But I literally put on the video, like in the text on the video, link to products in Instagram bio. I put it in the caption of the darn TikTok and in a comment. And guess what all the comments said? How do I find a link? I can't find a link. Where are your links? I don't know how to get there. Blah, 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 blah. And hardly anybody transferred from TikTok to Instagram. So I knew immediately that wasn't my audience because my audience is not going to sit there and be like, how do I find the link when there's 3 different places in the thing that tells me or tells them how to get the link. But the TikTok behavior being recreated on a platform where our people are sitting and waiting and watching, so key. Okay? Let me, my clicker keeps disappearing. So how can you use them? Should you be posting every day like I did? No. I don't think you should have to post one every day. I really, really don't. I will say that I'm not going to be posting one every day. Instagram themselves say that you should be posting them 3 to 5 times a week. So Instagram themselves came out and were like, you need to be posting them 3 times a week, 3 to 5 times a week. Maybe they said 5 to 7. They said 5 to 7 times a week, but I'm going to go with 3 to 5, okay? The thing is here, because all of your reels are not going to take off, because you're going to have some that don't do super well, you need to increase the amount you have out there so that the ones that do have the chance to. So it's just like with any other content. You're not going to put up every YouTube video you put up is not going to go viral. Every Instagram post is not going to do well. Everything you do is not going to do super well. So you have to increase the chances that that will happen. So for me, I saw that about 15% of my reels took off or did better, maybe went viral, if you will. And so I know going forward, if I post 3 a week, that's 3, 6, 9, let's say 12, what 10% of that would be, I don't know. Let's say like one of them then goes viral. So that's what you have to think about is like, if only a small percentage are doing well and they're the ones driving the most followers to me, then I need to be putting out more. But do you have to do them every day? Absolutely not. I want to tell you that the key to having a reel do well, to having a reel take off, to having a reel grow your following is this right here. If you take nothing else out of this class, it's this right here. Couple the feeling of, whatever gets me, right? They get me. And entertainment. That's really what reels come down to. She, he, them, they, whatever, they get me. And they also entertained me in the process. So here's the thing. For me, on my account, reels where I teach, where I'm providing information, don't do as well for me. They really don't. Like, they don't do as well for me. But where I'm like mouthing over lipping, and where I'm mouthing over like a voice, and I turn that into something that's super relatable for the people watching it, that does super well. And I've seen this over and over for account after account. So the big key here is making relatable content, because if you know anything about Instagram, and if you don't, it's okay, I'm about to tell you, the key to growth on Instagram is shareable, savable content. So if you are creating reels that are shareable and savable, then they will grow. The reels that are shareable and savable are the ones that make people go, oh, that is so me, or oh my gosh, yes, if you will, in my Southern accent, yes, okay? So let's talk best practices, and I think this will answer a lot of your questions. Here's how to make like the best reels ever, and I'll actually throw some more in here because I saw a few of y'all's questions about something that I want to say. So first, make the viewer feel like you understand them. Make them feel like that reel made them go, oh my gosh, that's so me. Or, how did she know? Or, oh my gosh, yes, I have to share this with my friend. That is when you win. That like, oh my gosh, so good feeling from your ideal client is key. Now let me tell you a little something here. I'm going to like pause for just a second and kind of insert something. A lot of times what I see people doing, just in general, but especially on Reels, is attracting the wrong people. So let's say I am a graphic designer and I want to attract business owners. Like, that's my goal, is I want business owners to follow me because I want them to buy my stuff. Then if I do a bunch of reels about how to do graphic design, or even like reels that make other graphic designers say, oh my gosh, yes. Like if I'm like, oh, I hate it when clients do X, Y, or Z. That's not attracting my ideal client. That's attracting other people like me. Now, if you want to get to the point where you're teaching what you do, then go for it. But you've got to figure out how to make savable, shareable content on Reels that the viewer feels like they understand what that Reel's trying to say. Like, oh my gosh, yes. Like if you're a mom and you see a Reel, I saw one the other day where it was like, tell me, like one of those, like, tell me something. So it was like, tell me an unexpected negative side effect of pregnancy that nobody told you about. And then the creator who did this one was like, the kids are the negative side effect. And it made me die. I sent it to like 3 friends, right? I consistently share Reels on my stories from other creators because they're relatable and I know my audience will relate to them. That's what you want, okay? So several of you were asking about hashtags. Yes, use hashtags. Use as many as you possibly can. You can only use up to 30. Use hashtags. In my case study and in my course, Insta Sales School, I go way more in depth on what hashtags and, you know, what ones are right for you, because all hashtags are not created equal and different people need to be using different hashtags, but you do need to be using hashtags. Somebody I saw in the comments too, should we publish to the feed? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Instagram themselves came out and said, you definitely need to be publishing to the feed because that's giving your reel a boost, because the first people who are going to see it are the people who follow you. And then, you know, the next people are the people scrolling reels. Now, what I have found is it doesn't matter if you leave it in the post, or in the feed. So I did test this out. Like, does it work better for me to share it in the post or in the feed? Does it work better if I don't? Definitely, hands down, works better if I publish it to the feed. Hands down. Multiple tests. Yes. But let's say you publish to the feed and then, like for me, I do photographic on my feed. So like if you look at my feed, it's like graphic photo. And so let's say I published one to the feed and then it doesn't go with the aesthetic I want my feed to look like. I will then, so you can click the little button and say remove it from the feed, but it still stays in the Reels, section. And it still does well that way. So you don't have to keep them in the feed, but definitely publish them to the feed. I saw someone ask earlier, is it better to publish on stories or to the feed? Both. You should absolutely be publishing to your feed 100%. Yes, do it. And then also share it to your stories. Your stories, even if people don't click over from the story to go watch the reel, that view counts. Fun fact. So I tested that one out too. That was fun. So just know that. And then somewhere between 3 and 5 times a week. But again, it's fairly easy to like bulk these together and batch a bunch so you are not like struggling. Now here's the thing, and here's the thing I want you to understand. I'm gonna move my face again. That I think a lot of people don't get, and is my whole mission in life and in my business, is that followers don't matter unless they're not buying from you. Like, followers do not matter unless they're not purchasing your thing, unless they're not doing what you want them to do, buying your service, all of this stuff, recommending you to a friend. Like, there's a lot of ways that followers can pay you, but they do not matter unless they turn into customers in some way. Okay? So all of this, everything we're talking about with Reels, does not matter unless those people turn into sales, unless those people turn into customers. And that is really the key. So yes, Reels are the way to grow right now. And yes, absolutely, you should be using them. Please do, please do, please do. Learn everything you can about Reels, which I'm going to give you some resources to do that here in just a minute. But they don't matter unless those people are turning into customers later, which again is kind of my big thing. Like, I'm a big proponent and educator who focuses on that bigger strategy. So essentially, Reels are the magnet. When I was typing this up, is somebody pulling in my driveway? Every single time I go live, I think somebody's pulling in my driveway. When I was typing this up, I was like, Laura, look at my pun I did. So Reels are the magnet. Reels are the way that you reach out, or not even reach out, but you just are there, and then people come to you. They're the way you reel in new people. And then you need to know how to use them once they get there. But you have to have a process and a strategy in place to actually take that relationship further. So if you have a reel go viral and there's, you got 2,000 new followers, you reeled them in, right? But you don't have a way to get them from that to a customer, that's a problem. And that is, again, my big thing. It's actually why I created Insta Sales School, which is my Instagram growth and sales course. So essentially, Instagram helps you grow. I teach you everything behind Reels, or Insta Sales School, I'm sorry. I teach you everything behind Reels. The how, the technical part, the actual, do the hashtags go in the comments or in the description? Does this go here or there? What hashtags should you use? And more importantly than teaching you how to grow on Instagram, I teach you how to increase your bottom line. I teach you how to increase your bottom line. Those followers on Instagram, on YouTube, on whatever you're going on, do not matter unless they are making you money. Now, I'm not saying don't build a community. Absolutely do. You guys know I'm a big fan of that. But, what's the point in taking this time to do these reels? And that's oftentimes what I see people like, oh, it's not worth the time. Why I see people do that is because they don't see the connection between that reel they created, the followers that will come from that, and then how that will turn into sales. So this is Jenny. Jenny was in Insta Sales School this last time that I hosted it, and she had not posted to her Instagram in 6 months, and she didn't know what to do or how to do it. She totally was refusing to be on camera. She says that in here. She was refusing to be on camera, but she really, really was. And she's been posting and using stories for the last 7 weeks and has seen a massive growth. So far, she has a reel that's reached over 2,500 eyeballs, and she doesn't have that many followers. So this is huge, okay? Oh my goodness, how did I do that again? I did that again. Y'all, what in the world? Okay, here we go. That'll just have to work. So essentially, Insta Sales School is my baby because I really focus on actually how to grow. This is where you're going to learn way more about Reels than what we could cover in the hour we have together today. And by the way, I'm going to answer questions at the end, and I have a free checklist for all of you that are here. So just stick around to the very end. It's at the very last slide. But this is Brittany. So Insta Sales School was what she needed to whip her Instagram into shape. After she watched Insta Sales School and went through everything, her reach, her engagement, and her growth is over 1,000% growth. She's made sales and connections, and she's rocking Reels now. So I'm super excited. All of these like fun, people telling me what they did with Insta Sales School is like my favorite. So in Insta Sales School, so again, remember that the whole premise is to teach you everything else you need to know about Reels, because we can't go over it all. Everything you need to know about hashtags, because they're not all created the same. Everything you need to know about posts and stories and how to convert people from stories to sales, because trust me, there is a strategy to that, is taught in Insta Sales School. Okay, so you're going to learn how to actually niche down on Instagram so you're attracting the right people. So if you're struggling with that, that's the first thing we talk about. How to optimize your profile for sales and follows. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I need more people to actually buy from me after they find me from a reel, we learn that. How to use reels and posts to grow. How to use stories to nurture. And how to launch and create evergreen sales funnels within your Instagram. It's my favorite thing. You can tell I get so excited about this. So let me move my face again. I'm going to make me smaller. Put me right there. That looks like a good place, doesn't it? So if you want to grab Insta Sales School, the doors are now open again. Okay? Okay. The doors are not closing on Monday, but the price is doubling on Monday. Okay? So today's Thursday. You only have until Monday. Okay? To get in Insta Sales School. And all you have to do is go to instasalesschool.com. Laura, if you don't mind to put that in the chat so they can click it, you guys will be able to click the link in the chat and go straight there. Here are the bonuses you get if you purchase now. Number one, you're getting it at half price because the price is literally doubling on Monday. So it's going to be $4.97, which is not much. There is a payment plan. $4.97. The price is doubling on Monday. You're going to get that. But you're also going to get a technical walkthrough of how to actually create reels. Like all these questions y'all are asking, you're going to get a technical walkthrough of that, okay? How do you actually add sounds? How do you do all of that? Technical walkthrough, you get it. I didn't put that in the first iteration of the course. Also, if you were in Insta Sales School, you get all these too. If you were in it before. You are going to get my full case study on what happened when I posted a reel every day. I think it's 25 pages long. It is a full-on case study, how I know what that's going to convert to on sales, how I know what hashtags worked, what didn't, where they should be put, all of this stuff, okay? You get the full case study. You also get 3 months free. Oh my gosh, I teased this yesterday on Instagram. I was so excited. I'm creating a new membership. And it's a membership where we can hang out, where you can ask me whatever questions you want, where you're going to get 2 trainings a month, workbooks, a community, all the things that's normally going to be $49 a month. But y'all, if you buy it today, if you buy Insta Sales School today, you will get 3 free months in Hustle and Grit Club. Okay, 3 free, so that's a $150 value because it's $49 a month. And you're in it first. That is so cool, right? And you know about it first. And okay, the biggest bonus I'm going to tell you about is on the webinar only. If you purchase now, before I'm done answering questions, because I'm totally going to answer all y'all's questions, if you purchase now, you also get an Instagram audit. These are worth $149. And essentially what it is I am going to go into your Instagram and say, you need to fix this, you need to do this, you need to do this, this could work better, this reel could be better, this post could be better, all of this stuff. You know, maybe you're not using the right hashtags, like whatever it looks like. So if you have wanted an Instagram audit, if you've wanted someone to come in and be like, you could do a little better in this area, you will get that for free if you purchase on the webinar today, okay? So bonus module, full case study, 3 months free money membership. You're the only ones getting any kind of free month. Like it's bananas. And an Instagram audit, okay? Oh my gosh, why do I keep doing that? Sorry, hold on. Okay, we're close to having it back up where it doesn't matter. Okay, so instasaleschool.com is how you get to that. Laura put it in the comments, and also now I'm going to take your questions and leave this slide up so that you can see that URL. And just for attending, I wanted to give you a Reels planning checklist. So just for attending, just for showing up, just for hanging out with me for the hour or so that we're going to be hanging out, I wanted to give you a Reels checklist. So all you have to do is go to heyjessica.com/Reels checklist. Okay, it's at the very bottom of this screen. And yes, you can pay with PayPal, you can pay with Stripe, you can pay with whatever is on there. You'll just need to go to instasaleschool.com to get checked out. And like I say, that on webinar bonus is only available until I get done answering questions in about 15 minutes or so. And I'm so excited to have y'all. Everybody's like, I'm signing up now, woohoo! Yes, thank you, Melanie. PayPal is definitely an option. Yeah, oh, also, after the live, that link for the Reels checklist that's down there, not only will your ability to get the on-webinar bonus of the audit be gone, but even if you don't purchase Insta Sales School, you get that Reels checklist. It's free. Like, just go click on that link now, and it will take you to a Google Doc that you'll have to make a copy of. As soon as the live is over, we're shutting that down. So only the people who showed up live, only y'all, only the there was like 160 here a minute ago. Only the 160 of you that showed up live will get that. So I am going to, if you have questions, go ahead and drop them. I'm gonna go into my Google Doc that Laura was saving for me for questions that were posted earlier. Yay! I see several of y'all purchasing already. Yay, yay, yay. I'm so pumped. Oh, I just dropped my phone, but I'm very excited. There is a payment plan. So it's $497, by the way, full price. It's going up to $997 on Monday night. And that's where it'll stay forever. This is the last time to get in at that price. But there's also a payment plan of $175 for 3 months. So super easy to get in. Okay, so let's answer some questions because I feel like that'll help. Somebody said, how do I figure out the best time to post on Reels? So the thing with Reels is it's all an experiment and it's all based on your ideal client and your customer. But Instagram also gives us insights on what that looks like how, what time our people are showing up. So if you go into your insights on Instagram, you can then see like what your most active times are in the platform. And that would be your best point to start posting Reels because that's like Instagram has literally said, like, this is the perfect time to post. But I would also say to experiment because everybody's account is different, okay? Okay, like I need to put an asterisk there. Another question, how to draw people to other platforms with Reels. So you don't draw them with the Reels. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is something I teach big time in the course, but this is something I need y'all to understand. You don't cause them to take any action on a reel except for to follow you. That's it. Once they follow you, you can cause them to create other actions. Okay? So like, okay, my idea is that I'm going to attract them with Instagram and then I want them to go to YouTube. Great. The Reels, however, are going to attract them to your Instagram account. Then from Instagram, in other ways that I teach in Insta Sales School, like stories and your posts and other things like that, then you say, hey, I want you to go to YouTube. And it works well, super well. Have Reels helped me grow my YouTube? No, because my strategy is not in that order. My YouTube points to my Instagram. My Instagram generally doesn't point to my YouTube, and that's on purpose. My YouTube is generally where people find me. So no, but my Instagram has grown because of YouTube. So like that's how that is. How do you figure out what does well? A video I posted on my other account got 200 views, and in my other account with less followers got 11,000 views. It's very weird because it's all up to the algorithm, and it's also one of those things where time matters, hashtags matter, the right person seeing it at the right time matters. So I would just note whatever you did that got that 11,000 views, like what time of day, what hashtags, what the account normally tried to attract, and go from there. What can you put on Reels when you have an e-commerce business? Anything that's going to attract your ideal client. So many people get this wrong, y'all. We have got to talk about this for a second. Yay for those of you saying you're signing up. Yay, 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 thank you. I'm super pumped. So we've got to talk about this for a second because this is something people get wrong on content as a whole. So let's say I have an e-commerce business selling diaper bags. I was looking around my desk to find something, but let's go with diaper bags. Like that's what I do, okay? I sell diaper bags. Well, someone asked if there's going to be a replay. Yes, it'll be emailed out to you if you signed up after. So yes. But let's say I sell diaper bags. I'm an e-commerce business. I sell diaper bags. Like that's what it is, right? Then, instead of posting reels about like diaper bags and like how cool my diaper bags are, because that's not going to matter. People don't care about that. I'm going to post reels that will attract moms with kids who are in diapers. Tamara, I think I'm saying that right? Tamara? It will be $9.97 after Monday. Right now it's $4.97, so it'll be going up by double. So she asked how much InstaSales School was normally. So essentially it's $4.97 right now, or I think it's like $5.25 with the payment plan, and then it goes up to $9.97. Anyway, back to my point though. If I want to attract moms who might want my diaper bag, my reels need to be relatable, shareable, savable content for moms. So there again, going back to that reel I did where I was like, the negative side effect of pregnancy is the kids, or not the one I did, but the one I was talking about. That would be a perfect reel if I was an e-commerce account who was selling things to moms. If I'm selling home decor, then, I need to do reels that are going to be savable, shareable content for my ideal customer. What do they want? What are they going to save? What are they going to share? What are they going to love and share with their friends? Like, oh my gosh, look at how they styled their coffee table. I need to do that. But then the things in the coffee table thing are available for sale, right? Should I be cross-posting my reels to like TikTok? Possibly. It won't take 2 seconds to do it. And so it's worth like testing out. But for the most part, I haven't seen a ton of success with it. And where I did see success, it didn't really convert well for me at all. So it's not, it's not a big strategy for me personally. But if you have an audience somewhere else that could use that, maybe. Okay, when I look at your reels, I can see that you've changed them a bit over time, from no talk to talking, from no start thumbnail to thumbnails. Has this improved your views? So this was part of my test. So if you look at my reels, like they're all still up there. This was part of my test. I tested, do I need a cover photo? Do I need to post it to my feed? Do I need to have hashtags? I tested this so I could teach you the best way possible in InstaSales School. This is the whole reason. I want to be able to teach you how to do this. And I can't do that unless I know that I know what I'm talking about. Anna, the bonus for signing up on the webinar, there's a ton of bonuses. You get a case study, 3 free months in my new membership that isn't launching for a few weeks. And then you also get a bonus module for Techie Reels tutorial. But the on-webinar bonus, which is only available till I'm done being live and answering questions, is an Instagram audit. So it's normally $149 to grab one of those from me. So we're giving those away for free to anybody who purchases on the webinar. Okay, so back to what I was saying though, is I tested that. Like that was the whole reason I tested that. And so if you look back at my account, you can see where I tested things. Did it work better if I just grabbed a screenshot out of the video? Did it work better if I made a cover photo? What worked best? And I tell you all of that in the case study that's only available in Insta Sales School. Should hashtags be in the caption or the comments? I found literally no difference. I'll give this one away. I found literally no difference in the comments or the caption. None. Zero. I tested it 42,000 times. None. Literally. So it doesn't matter. How to troubleshoot when you're attracting the wrong people. I attract a lot of weird guys on Instagram, and I want to attract women that love themselves. So I think with that, it could be getting someone else's eyeballs on your account, because I'm a big believer in like the fact that we can't see from inside the jar kind of thing. Like we can't read the label from inside the jar. And sometimes it just takes somebody else looking at it and being like, oh, wait. Like it's because you're doing this. So without seeing your account, I can't tell you for sure. But I would say it's probably, like if it's any type of, I don't know, you could probably do some work with your hashtags is what I would say without seeing the account, like without seeing the reels. But getting an expert's eyeballs on it might be the best option there. Is Insta Sales School only good for digital products, or can it work for high ticket services? It can work for high ticket services. I had tons in the last round. So Jamie might still be on here. Jamie Russell does a service, and that is her like big thing, and she saw results as well. So it's not just about a product or even a digital product. It's literally everything I teach, and I did that on purpose, will be applicable to everybody who wants to use it. It doesn't really matter. We use these same strategies on a local account that is a local brick and mortar store. So it will work for everybody. Copyright questions. I love using trending audio for my reels and would like to use my reels on YouTube Shorts. Yep, no, don't do it. And that's exactly why. YouTube will flag your account for copyright issues. They don't have the same licensure, that's a hard word, that Instagram has for the music. So I just wouldn't do it. You're gonna wanna put like more talking videos on YouTube. Anything that has a sound but isn't copywritten. So like when you use those sounds that are just somebody's voice, those are not copywritten. So you can totally use those. When you use, like I used one for my husband's YouTube account that was the sound off Reels and TikTok where it's like, I've been pregnant for way too long, because his cows were all pregnant, and so we did a reel and then we reposted it to YouTube. It did super well. So I wouldn't do any with any music though. If it's just an original audio or like a made up song, you'll be fine. Is my training ideal for artists? You sell original art. Yeah, it'll totally work for you. It's completely for anybody who wants to use Instagram and whose ideal client is on Instagram. That's a big point. Okay. So if your ideal client is on Instagram, yes. Great question. So someone said, is the Hustle and Grit group open now? Okay, if you got a link and it's not open, we need to fix that, and we will, no big deal. Essentially, we don't start in there with trainings until April. So your free months don't start, you get April, May, and June for free. However, we're gonna go ahead and let y'all in the Facebook group. So if you have questions about Insta Sales School, you can ask them there, okay? So that's kind of how that's gonna work. Why does my business account not give the whole list of songs? Because Instagram is very weird, and there's something strange about the way they have license for music that doesn't allow business accounts to use certain songs. So I suggest for most people to use a creator account, especially if you're going to be using Reels, because you get the same insights, you get all of it. You can still run ads from Instagram, like everything works the same. It's just that you actually have access to everything you need as far as the music and the Reels. And with Reels being such a big piece of growth on Instagram right now, it's such a big deal to have them. Cheryl, so should we use Instagram stickers on Reels? Yeah, you totally can. I tested it out. Did it make a difference? No. However, there are instances where I could see that it would. So, like back when, like at New Year's, or, oh no, great example. So back when COVID first started and Instagram had the like stay home, I think it was like stay home stickers. And if you put them on your story, then they would feature them in the like story bubbles, and it was the first one everybody saw. If it was something like that, I could see it working really well on Reels, but from my test, they don't really make a difference, but you can absolutely use them. Can you take a Reel that did well and repost it months later? Yes. Now don't expect the same results because Instagram is smart, but if you did it months ago and you want to try it again, I would say go for it. I actually have done that a couple of times, and one time the newer post of it did better, and one time the older post did. So it kind of just depends. All right, I'm going to go back to the actual chat here. Let's see what we got. Thank you guys, all of you who are joining. I'm super pumped. So, okay, hold on. Okay, what is the best CTA for Reels? So, and by CTA, that means call to action for anybody who's like, wait, what does that mean? So for Reels, you don't really want a call to action. The whole point of a Reel is just to get people to save it and share it. But to say save and share is going to feel really inauthentic in the moment. So really, it's just let the Reel do its job. It knows that that's its job. Like Instagram has already programmed that in the AI. So basically, you want to, jump in and do Reels and then like let them do the job for you. Their job is to get you followers. Once they become a follower, then it's your job to make sales. And that's exactly what I teach in Insta Sales School. Also, someone asked if it was self-paced. It is self-paced now. We ran the first iteration of Insta Sales School live, but from here on out, it is completely self-paced. You can go through it as fast as you want to, as slow as you want to, and you get access to it immediately. I do dance, hold on, my thing scrolled. I do dance videos too, and sometimes my IGTV videos always get blocked if I use someone else's music. Yeah, Instagram's super weird about there, which they're like Facebook. Facebook is too. Lisa said, why do some creators not use hashtags on their regular IG posts? Hashtags are 100% worth it on all your posts. Creators don't do it either because they don't know they're supposed to, or because they're so big they don't have to. They don't care about growth. They are trying to just, talk to the people who already follow them. But hashtags are a major, major big deal if you're trying to grow. And so either they're not using them because they don't know how and they just don't see the point, or they haven't learned that yet, which by the way is a big thing we're teaching in Insta Sales School. Or they're so big they don't have to and they don't care to, if you will. When does the course start? You can get it immediately. I think I said that a second ago. Thank you, Natasha. Okay, trying to find where I can change my biz Instagram account to creator. I walk you through all of that in Insta Sales School. It is kind of hard. It's in your settings. So if you if you go to your profile and then go to your settings, it's in there. And you can find it from there. But I walk you through how to change it, how to do everything in Insta Sales School. Insta Sales School, if I didn't iterate it enough, is literally going to teach you everything you need to know about Instagram and teach you how to grow on the platform. Then the second half of the program is literally teaching you how to turn that growth into sales. I could teach you on Instagram how to grow all day long, but that's not my thing. I really want to make sure you're actually making money from it. So that's the whole thing there. Okay, let the Reel do its job. Yes. I'm sorry. It does say it's a 10-week course. I'm sorry. It's just because we didn't remove that part of the sales page. It's not. It is a full-on get it now, go through it on your own course, and the support you have is within the free membership that you're getting that's not launching for a couple weeks, but you guys will get access immediately in the Facebook group. So I'll get that taken out of the sales page. Thank you for pointing that out. Yay, Amanda. I'm so excited for you. Okay, if we are e-commerce and we switch from business to creator, will we lose the ability to tag products? No. Nope. We manage an account that is a creator who tags products all the time, and I have the ability, if I had my store synced with it, to tag products on my account, which is a creator account. So Yay! I'm so excited. So if you want in on the Instagram audit that is only on this live, you need to go now. Because we're going to finish this up. We're going to wrap this bad boy up and get on with actually implementing, because that's my thing. But also, if you want that Reels checklist, if you're not getting an Insta Sales School, or if you are, either way is fine, and you want the checklist that's free for everybody, make sure you go now, because within, a few minutes after the live, we're going to take that down and lock it. So essentially, nobody watching the replay will get that. Because it was a live only bonus. And same thing with the Instagram audits. The people watching the replay don't get those as well. They will get all the other bonuses and the right price, but they won't get that audit. Okay, couple more questions. So I'm thinking about becoming a streamer on Twitch and was wondering what you think about me using Reels for growth. And I know they are, if your ideal client, or ideal viewer, I guess I should say, ideal viewer, watcher of streams on Twitch is on Instagram, then absolutely. You might find that TikTok is better for you, but maybe not. Like, I don't know on that end. And so basically on Instagram, you're going to get anybody from teenager to, 50-ish as a frequent user of the platform. Obviously, there's outliers on both sides who don't use it or who use it a ton, who are older or younger than what I said, but hopefully that makes sense. Jenny said, any of you debating, I highly recommend you join. The audit is a huge, huge bonus and help me know exactly what to change to do. Thank you, Jenny, so much. I'm so glad, because that's just it. I mean, when I was going, I didn't do their audits, the people who went through it live in the first round, until quite a bit after we had gone through almost the whole course. And so it was really interesting, because a lot of people had been super active in the course, but hadn't done a lot of the things we talked about. And so it was that audit that caused them to go, oh my gosh, you're so right. I should have done this. So I'm so glad it was helpful. Cynthia, I am with 2 direct sales companies, and I've been told not to do both companies on Facebook. Could I use Facebook for one company and IG for another? I want to work both businesses. All right, I'm about to drop something. If I didn't think I'd break my mic, I'd drop it. Are you ready? Your business is not direct sales. Your business is not those companies. Your business is to grow a personal brand and have those be an asset to that if you are a direct sales seller. Your business is for you to be the business. You grow a personal brand. You be an influencer. And that can be done on both Facebook and Instagram. You be an influencer. You be someone that is attracting the right people to you who are going to want those things. And then as they come to you, you're like, hey, I have this thing that I love that is from this company, or I have this thing that I love, blah, 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 blah. You see what I'm saying? So essentially, if you are an MLM rep, a network marketing rep, your job is not that. Your job is to build a personal brand that attracts people to you, and then you use those to sell. So hopefully that's helpful. But I feel like that's such a misconception by MLM sellers all over the world, is that their job is that thing. Their job is to be a personal brand. And then when something happens and you don't want to sell unique anymore and you want to switch to beauty counter, you can. And it's not going to hurt anything. So thank you, Laura, for answering that. Yeah, Camilla, the audit is a bonus for purchasing live. So you won't get it unless you purchase the course. And if you did, you'll get a link in the confirmation email for the course that will let you fill out the information to get that. And then, of course, the Reels checklist is free for everybody. So that's a completely free thing. You have to be in Insta Sales School to get the case study and the audit. Yes. I love when y'all, do you know what one of my favorite things is about going live or teaching is when people quote me back to me. I'm like, dang, I did say that. That was good. You guys are so awesome. Yes, Tiffany, totally. Yes, because that's what the MLM and the network marketing company teaches, right? And so I think that's what's so problematic about the world, and that's why it gets a bad name, is because it teaches to just that's the business, and that's not the business. So if I am me and I'm teaching business and I'm being an influencer and like getting people to me, if I like a certain brand of makeup and it comes from an MLM, I could probably be a rep with them and still sell and do well, you know? So yeah, hopefully that was helpful. All right, well, I am going to hop off here. So you guys have 2 seconds. Thank you for all of you who've joined. I see several notifications on my phone and I can't see them all. So thank you for all of you that joined. I think you're going to have an amazing time in Insta Sales School. And I'm so pumped for you guys to be like the first people in Hustle and Grit Club, which is going to be so much fun. And you're the first ones to know about Hustle and Grit Club. I'm actually not launching that for 2-ish weeks. So y'all are the first ones to know that is coming, which is super exciting. And use that Facebook group. So there won't be any teachings or anything in there yet, but go ahead and use that Facebook group to ask your questions about Insta Sales School. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, whether you purchased or not. I do not care. I literally love you all so very much. And I love to hang out with you. So thank you again. Bye, y'all.